Smashbox BB Water foundation, and it was like that too. Louie! Hello everybody and welcome back to Diamonds and Denim's YouTube page. Today I am finishing up the NYX Foundation Face Off by using the NYX Total Control Drops. So I'm going to compare that to the NYX Stay Matte But Not Flat Foundation, and we'll decide which one we like better. I'm going to go ahead and demo this. We're going to swatch and we're going to talk about the packaging, the whole 9 yards. So if you want to see what I think about this product or how I used it to get this look, and this one, again, the NYX Total Control Drops, what I used today, you can just keep on watching. Thank you. Okay, so for the first ever comparison video, this is the NYX Stay Matte But Not Flat Liquid Foundation. I got it on Ultra Mega Clearance again, so I don't even know how good it is. It's definitely one of the cheaper foundations I've personally ever used. I believe it cost me 75 whole cents. So it was definitely cheap. So I'm color corrected. Eye makeup is done. Concealer, color correct concealer is done. All that stuff is done. So let's check out the Stay Matte Not Flat. Now, I bought this one in 2 different shades. I bought it in olive and I bought it in soft sand. This one is soft sand. Honestly, I don't know where the olive is. I just was looking for it because I forgot that I bought it twice. Clear protective coating over it. Let me say the NYX Stay Matte Not Flat was like the first NYX foundation that I remember seeing, and the powder foundation as well was the NYX Stay Matte Not Flat. I don't remember any other one before that that I knew of. This is like their OG, and I think he's on his way out soon. Oh, you could tell though that it's not like a really high-end foundation. So this is the packaging. Again, really, really simple. It's not a pump, not anything like that. It's just a little, you squeeze it out. It's soft sand matte foundation, Stay Matte Not Flat liquid foundation, oil-free, water-based, full coverage, mineral-enriched matte finish. So I'm interested to see how this, that's automatically a full coverage, how it's going to compare to the Total Control Drops, where you can start with a light coverage and finish with a full coverage. Okay, so just again, like I said before, you can tell it's a drugstore brand. It doesn't have all the little bells and whistles. That doesn't necessarily make it bad. It may be just as good as any other one. I just don't know until I try it, but instantly you can see where they saved money with the packaging. It's super plain, just black and white. I mean, black and clear. This, I believe, is the color of the actual foundation. I don't think that's like a piece. I think that's the color of the foundation. So I did my color correct concealer because I have a pretty important event I'm heading out to in a minute. And I want to see full coverage. If it's full coverage, oh, jeez. It's so watery. Like, look at this. It like just spat on me. Ew. I don't think that's the fault of the foundation though. Ugh, so gross. I think it's because it's just so damn old. Like, listen. You could hear it. I probably need to throw this thing away, but I said I was gonna try it, so try it I must. Let's see. Hopefully I mixed it enough now that it's not gonna just squirt all over me. Oh my God, y'all. So did y'all see that? Look, watch. Really? I don't even think I can do anything with this, y'all. It is so watery. If I could knead it up a little bit and see if it'll work. So gross. I've never seen that much water come out of a foundation in my life. Like, it's all over my pants. It's all over my pajamas. Oh, it says shake well, so that might just be what it is. Okay. That's what it does. Oh my God, really? Well, it's been a long time since the girl used a drugstore foundation, apparently, because if I got to shake it that well because it's separated so much. This is my 3rd time trying it. If it's not ready now, then I'm just going to chuck it because I don't have time for that today. I'm just going to go back to my Fiona Styles or whoever. Okay, yeah, it's not that bad consistency after you shake it for days. I just didn't expect to have to shake it that long. Okay, yeah, it's not that bad actually. After you, oh, but that was so gross. I'm like in shock right now of how gross that just was, that situation I just put myself in. This is not about comparing drugstore to prestige. It's more about comparing NYX Stay Matte Not Flat to NYX Total Control Drops. That was so weird. I've never had a situation like that happen before in my life. Okay, so the foundation itself, after you mix it enough, it's not a horrible formula. It just feels heavy to me. On the skin, it doesn't feel that heavy. But on my fingers, it felt really, really heavy. So I wouldn't consider it full coverage. even though they consider full coverage, or maybe I just need to shake it some more, but I just don't have all day to sit here and shake foundation. It almost felt like you would need one of those paint mixer things. You know what I'm talking about? Like when you take your gallon of paint, they shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. That's almost what I feel like I needed for this thing. I'm just surprised that it was that. I've never had a foundation that watery, even without shaking it enough. Like, I legit was about to throw that thing away until I read the back. But yeah, now that it's actually on my skin, it's not too bad. Whew. Girl, oh my God, that was so gross. Blech. It's like it was spitting up, like it was throwing up on me. So gross. So today I'm gonna be testing this out. I actually have to go a couple places today. I have a pretty big family event, which I shouldn't have tested a new foundation today, but you know, I wanted to really test it out. So that way I'll be able to check back in a couple hours, let y'all know if it stays all day. I don't know if it's claiming to stay all day. I don't think it did. I'm gonna check in a minute and see. Okay, it says matte finish, full coverage. Okay, it doesn't give like a description or anything on the back, honestly. It just gives a list of ingredients. Soft sand foundation, shake well. 12 months, it's good for 12 months. That's pretty much it. That's all it has on there. It doesn't say that it's supposed to be all day long, but usually matte finish foundations are supposed to last you all day, so we'll see. So I'm gonna go finish the rest of my look. That was so weird. I'm gonna go finish the rest of my look, and I'll be back to let y'all know what I think about this product in a second, okay? Cool. Okay, people, I am back, and my look is pretty much donezo. So it is time to make a decision about this NYX, what in the world? This NYX Stay Matte Not Flat Liquid Foundation. So, again, we talked about it earlier. It had all the water in it at first, and I mean, that was so weird. I did not know what to do with it. It made me so uncomfortable. It was so odd. So, but you can see the finished product looks pretty good. I mean, I can't hate on it. It looks, look, see? Now, I am baked and set and all that stuff too, so I mean, after you shake it for 10 days, it does work. Here's the thing about it though. I do not have all day to sit there and shake a foundation and shake it, 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 and shake it. And y'all know when we first started to squeeze it out, it was shocking. I don't have time to sit there and knead a foundation for an hour before I put it on. Then when I did put it on, even now, it feels kind of heavy. It went on like a paint almost. Now, it is a matte foundation, and it is keeping my skin very matte, so that promise it did stick to it. My skin is very matte, because y'all know I got foundation in my hair. Y'all know usually by the time I finish with a look, I'm sweating at some point because I'm just really warm-natured and I will get hot at the drop of a hat. Yeah, it's not my favorite foundation at all. The shaking part annoyed me, I'm not gonna lie, but the finished product looks pretty good. I just didn't want to shake it for hours and hours and hours, so that's the NYX Stain Matte Not Flat. And then y'all can stay tuned if y'all want to see the NYX Total Control drops. So keep on watching. Okay, people, so I'm back with part 2 of the NYX Foundation Face Off. And now I have the NYX Total Control drops. So this one retails for, where is it? Okay, it retails for $13.99 and I paid $1 for it. So $1.39, sorry, $1.39. So remember that this is comparing it to the Stay Matte Not Flat foundation, the super duper watery one that like spat all over me, which was super weird. Today I'm trying the Total Control drop. So this one launched a while back. It was a pretty big launch. Like they were really harping on the fact that it could be customized for each person. Ooh, the bottle looks really nice. The idea behind it is that you can use 1 drop for light coverage, 2 drops for medium coverage, and then 3 drops for full coverage. So that's the idea behind it, that you can really decide how much you want to use of your product, which is kind of nice actually. I really like that idea because it's just I tried to use a beauty blender last week on that Stay Matte Not Flat foundation, and I don't know if it was the foundation or not, so I'm gonna try it again. I want to apply them the same way so that the comparison is fair. So I'm going to go ahead and try to apply it again with a beauty blender. And then if that doesn't work, I'll just have to do it with a brush like I did last time. So let me grab my beauty blender. Okie dokie. So I have my damp beauty blender here. I got my NYX Total Control foundation here. This is going to be, I'm nervous about doing it this way because I'm always scared to spill stuff all over the place. Oh, okay. So this is the foundation itself. It's actually really pretty. Yeah. Okay. So it really reminds me a lot of that Smashbox BB Water, actually. That's a really good match, actually. I'm surprised. It's usually when you get to that low of clearance, it's kind of hard to find, you know, your shade. And I feel like this is a really, really good match, actually. It's super duper lightweight, like really lightweight. Like I said before, I would definitely compare it to the BB Water. But just right off the bat, I already like it more than the Stay Matte Not Flat. But that's just kind of my style. Like I don't like super heavy foundations because I'm gonna do highlighting, contour, and concealer and all of that stuff. So I'm not a big heavy foundation girl. So this is definitely more my scene. I am gonna have to reapply it with a brush because I just feel like this beauty blender is soaking up most of the product since it's a liquid. Or I mean, not since it's a liquid, but since it's so liquidy, like it's so watery. I'm not mad at that. I'm really not. Like, I know some people would say, you know, what's the point? I just need to get my skin even, and then I'm good to go. I don't need, you know, super heavy makeup every day. I really like this one, actually. I will say this, though. I don't usually like full coverage, but this is really, really, really light coverage. Like, it's not covering a whole lot of stuff. Now, I didn't conceal anything either, so I always conceal after I do foundation, and then if I need more, I just go back and apply it. But let me do another round of this. So this is now the third time I had to dip it, just so we're keeping track of how that's going. So I don't want to be unfair to any product ever. So I just did about, because it's hard because they talk about the drops, but the thing is, however you apply, you can't put the drops directly onto your face. So I don't know, you know, how that, I don't know. Oh, okay. Okay, after getting a little closer to the camera, I can actually see, because I couldn't really use my little compact mirror. But after getting closer to the camera, I'm seeing, okay, it's, oh, I like it, okay. Okay, so that's it for the application portion of the NYX Total Control Drops Foundation for this comparison. So I'm gonna go finish the rest of my look. I'll be back and we're gonna compare them side by side and we're gonna decide which one we like more. So I'll be right back. Let's talk about our foundations. So just a reminder, this video was a comparison between the NYX Stay Matte But Not Flat Foundation and the NYX Total Control Drop Foundation. So remember we tried this one last week and it was super watery. It was one that like kept spitting all over me. It was so gross. And then this one today is the one with the little dropper. So both of them are good for different reasons. Oh, also remember I said I lost the other foundation I bought. I knew I bought 2 of these. I found the other one in Olive. I found it today. So I don't know what happened. I don't know why it was missing, but it was missing. But you know what? This is a very 80s look I have today, but I ain't mad at it. Are you mad at it? If you are, I can help you with that. That's the problem you gotta solve. Anyway, so these were both very cheap. This one was $1, $1.16. This one was 75 cents. So we've now tried both of them out. I'm wearing the NYX Total Control Drops right now. Let's do a couple things. So first, let's swatch both of them. Then we'll talk about the pros and the cons of each of them. So I know now to shake this pretty well before I try it out. So I tried to get very comparable shades. And they're both for me, so I mean, I needed them to be comparable, obviously, my skin. So Stay Matte Not Flat in the shade, what is this called? Soft Sand. And then we had the NYX Total Control Drops in, it doesn't have a name. I'll check, maybe it's on the back of the box. Oh, it's probably underneath it, I'll check in a second. So the drop foundation, all right. Okay, so the drop foundation, the NYX Total Control Drop Foundation is in Cinnamon, is the shade name. All right, so swatchity wise, this one is the Stay Matte Not Flat, and this one is the Total Control Drops. So you can see a big difference in the shades. Now that's not the fault of the foundation, that's my fault. I bought the shades. I don't think, and they both worked out on my skin actually. Once you kind of start working it in, They both worked out pretty well, but you can see how much heavier this one is than that one. So that being said, here's how I feel about both of them. Okay, the NYX Stay Matte Not Flat. So this one, the first one I wore, the application is super easy. You just squeeze it out the tube, on your hand, on your face, good to go. The Total Control drops, not so much. The fact that it's the drops, it seems like it would be a good concept, but they're really hard to apply. Like, you have to drop it on the back of your hand and then try to apply it. Now, if you're applying it with your fingertips, that might be easy for you, but for me, it was a little difficult, only because of the fact that I apply it with a brush, so it was kind of hard. I have to say, though, honestly, and trust me, because this one was so watery, and I thought it was old, turns out it's not old, that's just how it's formulated, I wanted to not like this one. Both of them wore really well throughout the day. I actually wore this for a pretty big family event, and I kept getting complimented on how pretty I was and how pretty my skin was and blah, blah, blah. And a lot of that was due to this. I got caught in the rain with it. I cried. It was a lot of stuff going on, and it held the whole day. So it did get some little creases and cracks every now and then, but I mean, most foundations do. But for a drugstore foundation, I'm not gonna lie. After I shook it for years, after I shook it and got the water to mix right, it was pretty good. It was a pretty good foundation. This one, same, it was good. It was pretty good. The only thing with this one that I had an issue with is that on the box, it says if you use 3 drops, that it's full coverage. It's not full coverage by any stretch of the imagination. I would not consider either one of these to be full coverage. They're both really good, but neither one of them are full coverage. This one does mattify the skin. This one doesn't. It gives a little more like kind of a sheen, more of a sheen to it. I'm not mad at that though. Sometimes I want that, sometimes I don't. It just depends. It was a really pretty healthy foundation. I like the packaging of this one better because it looks like they took more time. It's a good glass cylinder. This one is just like a plastic tube. So I definitely like the packaging on this one better. It looks like they put more money into this campaign than this one, but also this one is much older. So, you know, they're both really, really good foundations, honestly. And like I said again, they both wear really well. If I had to pick a favorite, if I had to pick one over the other, I'd have to probably give it to the NYX Total Control drops, only because of the fact that I like a lighter weight foundation, and this one was kind of heavy on my skin. It was almost like painting on my skin. And I like this one better because, like I said, I just like a lighter weighted foundation. So I'm going to have to give it to the NYX Total Control drops. So that's this week's comparison here on Diamonds and Denim. In the NYX Foundation Face Off, Total Control drops wins. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching this. If you have any comments, you can just go ahead and leave them underneath here, under the comments box. I'll link the blog that goes along with this. And you can always hit me up on social media if you have any questions, comments, or anything you want me to try out. So thank you so much for watching again. I'll see you next week here on Diamonds and Denim. Bye.